Ladies and gentlemen, today we are looking at a 1949 Chevrolet 3800 panel truck dually, the kind of machine that does not enter a room. It slowly occupies the entire neighborhood and makes every modern crossover look like it came with emotional support cufolders. This is not just a delivery truck. This is a rolling green warehouse with black fenders, rear barn doors, dual rear wheels, and enough old-school presence to make a traffic light apologize for turning red. And before we crawl under this glorious beast, subscribe. It costs less than fixing one mysterious old truck noise, and unlike that noise, it actually brings joy. Hit the button, because somewhere out there a forgotten panel truck is waiting for applause, and we are the people clapping like proud uncles at a school play. The Chevrolet 3800 belonged to Chevrolet's advanced design truck generation, introduced after World War II for buyers who needed practical workhorses rather than chrome dreams. In 1949, America was rebuilding, delivering, repairing, expanding, and generally pretending that every problem could be solved with steel, gasoline, and a man named Earl who owned 2 wrenches. The 3800 sat at the heavier end of Chevrolet's light-duty commercial range, aimed at businesses, tradesmen, municipal services, and anyone who needed more load capacity than a friendly half-ton pickup could offer. This particular 1949 Chevrolet 3800 panel truck has a very fitting past. It was previously used by a fire department in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. That little detail changes everything. Suddenly the green paint and black fenders feel less like decoration and more like retirement clothing for a public servant. It probably spent its early life carrying gear, tools, supplies, or support equipment, while firefighters did the hard work and the truck waited outside like a loyal bulldog with drum brakes. Later, the truck was refurbished under previous ownership, repainted green with black fenders and black beltline trim, and eventually purchased by its current owner in 2023. It is now offered with factory literature, refurbishment photos, spare parts, service records, and transferable New York registration. Mechanically, this truck keeps the honest advanced design spirit. Power comes from a 235 cubic inch inline-6 engine, which is about 4 liters. It was factory rated at 90 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque, or about 236 newton-meters. No, that number will not frighten a modern sports car. But torque in an old truck is not about drama. It is about pulling weight with the calm confidence of a man who has already seen 3 recessions and still refuses to buy a new refrigerator. The engine sends power through a 4-speed manual transmission to a dually rear axle. That dual-wheel rear setup is a big part of the truck's character. It gives the Chevrolet a wider, more planted working stance and reminds you this machine was meant for duty, not delicate Sunday posing. The chassis uses solid axles with leaf springs at all 4 corners, which is beautifully simple and wonderfully stubborn. The ride is probably not gentle in the modern sense. It is more like a handshake from a retired dock worker, firm, direct, and possibly followed by a story about unions. Stopping is handled by 4-wheel drum brakes, and the seller notes that the right brakes hang up upon initial use. The truck rides on 1/8-inch steel wheels painted silver with some visible corrosion. The front tires are Excelsior radials, while the rear Goodyear rubber shows cracks in the sidewalls. So yes, before any long heroic road trip, tires and brakes deserve attention. On the outside, the Chevrolet wears chrome bumpers and a custom Chevrolet-branded grille guard, giving it the face of a friendly old truck that still knows how to push something out of its way. It also has yellow lens driving lamps, turn signals, running boards, a tinted sun visor, side exit exhaust, rear barn doors with inset tail lights, illuminated mud flaps, and rear bumper mounted work lights. Paint cracks and imperfections are present, but on a truck like this they feel less like flaws and more like laugh lines. Inside, the cabin has been turned into something far more usable for people than a bare commercial shell. There are 2 rows of Corbeau fixed back bucket seats, plus a 3rd row bench, all trimmed in black upholstery. Green carpets and a black rubber mat cover the front floorboards, while wood slats form the headliner and cargo floor. Equipment includes front 3-point seat belts, a reverse camera, a Mopar, CD sat-à-terre, and ceiling-mounted Boss speakers. The heater switch reportedly overheats while in use, which is very old truck behavior. Even the comfort system wants to become a campfire. The 3-spoke steering wheel has a Brody knob and vinyl wrap facing an 80 mile per h-hour speedometer, equal to about 129 kilometers per h-hour, and a combination gauge. The 5-digit odometer shows 16,000 miles, or about 25,750 kilometers, with roughly 150 miles, about 241 kilometers, added under current ownership. Total mileage is unknown, which is normal for a working truck this old. After 75 years, even the odometer probably says, "Please stop asking personal questions." The design philosophy of this 1949 Chevrolet 3800 panel truck dually is beautifully simple: carry things, protect them from weather, and look serious enough that nobody asks too many questions. The closed panel body gives it that almost secretive shape, like it might be hauling fire department tools, spare parts, or one of Timmy's business ideas, which usually begins with a rope, 3 flashlights, and the words, "I saw this online." The rear barn doors are perfect. They do not whisper convenience, they announce work. The green paint with black fenders and black beltline trim gives the truck a practical municipal dignity. It has paint cracks and imperfections, but on a former fire department machine that feels right. A truck like this should not look like it spent 75 years under a silk blanket. It should look like it has story. The custom Chevrolet branded grille guard, yellow lens lamps, tinted sun visor, running boards, illuminated mud flaps, and rear work lights give it a retired but ready attitude, as if it still shows up early and tells younger vans they are holding the wrench wrong. Compared with smaller pickups of the same era, the 3800 feels less like a personal runabout and more like a proper commercial tool. A half-ton truck was for farms, shops, and weekend jobs. This dually panel truck was for schedules, loads, and consequences. It was the kind of vehicle that could serve a department, a tradesman, a delivery route, or a small business before spreadsheets made everybody nervous. The Corbeau bucket seats, 3rd row bench, wood slat headliner, wood cargo floor sound system, and reverse camera make it friendly for shows and casual drives. But the cracked rear tire sidewalls, brake issue, paint flaws, and overheating heater switch remind us that ready to enjoy still means bring tools. And that is why I like it. This Chevrolet is honest, useful, a little dramatic, and built with the kind of confidence we rarely see now. Modern vehicles ask you to update software before letting you enjoy the ride. This one asks you to check the tires, respect the brakes, and maybe wear a shirt you do not mind getting dusty.